morning and welcome to the Lone Star Sci-Fi Library's Life program. My name is Rachel Hugenberg. I am the hostess of this program. And this morning we have with us the fantastic and musically gifted Jennifer Krause, who is one of our children's librarians, who is going to come and give us some background on caroling, because it is the season. So we're going to do a little bit of singing with her. And if you want, you can just mute your mic and sing along.
Or you can just sing along.
Either way. I will admit I sound a bit fun today, so I may be croaking along. So with that in mind, Jen, if you would please take it away and get this caroling show on the road.
Sure. Can y'all hear me okay? More or less? Okay. So like 4 years ago, I guess I volunteered to do the program, and now here I am. And I've got some peppermint tea. My voice is a little wonky today because it's 2020, and that would happen the day that I have the only live program I have almost all year. Well, not the only one. I was wondering, before we get started, who has actually gone caroling? Let me adjust so I can see everybody in the grid here. Okay, Missy, Lori. I have gone. It has been a long time, and I don't think carolers come by a house anytime in the past 20 years. I feel like it's a tradition that's kind of not as strong at the moment, especially not this year. But it does kind of, I think, go back more to England as well. So I have like about 4 songs today that we're going to sing. And normally you would have cider and jingle bells, and I would have put out like a to do on the table. And so we don't have that today. But I have peppermint tea. And if you have a hot drink, please go get it. Please bring a hot drink too. And I do have a presentation. I'm not sure if it's going to make me disappear. This is Jasper over here hanging out. He loves the Christmas tree. He has not destroyed the Christmas tree or any ornaments yet, but my boyfriend put all the like indestructible ornaments down low, so he can't really hurt anything. But I do come in the room and he's just staring at the tree sitting on the couch right there. So he's a happy camper. And let me try to share web browser with you here. All right, go over here. Okay. So I have I use like every year, and this year I was just like, enough with this trivia. We're gonna go light on trivia this year. But I do have one. Does anyone know what the first song to be sung from outer space? Christmas song. What was the first Christmas song to be sung from outer space? Anyone? Okay. Yes, it was Jingle Bells. So the first like astronauts, they had to like really like sneak it in. So I have a picture. They took like a harmonica and they took some bells, which are now like in the National Air and Space Museum. And they like had to make it with like a little bit of Velcro so the bells didn't fly away and like destroy the spaceship. And then they pranked Mission Control and told them that they were seeing like a foreign object pulled by like, X number of reindeer or whatever. And like they framed it in a way that made it sound like legit for about 30 seconds. And then they started singing Jingle Bells. So I figured we could sing Jingle Bells because it's a nice opener. So I'm okay with y'all unmuting because my voice is not super strong today. As you can see, Jasper's already leaving. Okay. All right. But he's been hanging out this morning. He's been hanging out. All right. Dashing through the sun in a one-horse open sleigh. O'er the fields we go. That's the all of me. Bells on up to me. Making spirits bright. What fun it is to sing tonight. Oh, jingle bells, jingle all the way. All my life is to ride one horse open sleigh. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. All my life is to ride one horse open sleigh. And do y'all know the Fanny Bright verse as well? So it was very risque, I think, at the time that they were taking a sleigh ride together. And last night I said, I think this is like the snowmobile of the 1800s. Like, we've got our horse, we've got our sleigh. And the words didn't fit all in one slide. So here we go. We're going to sing the second verse. A day or two ago, I thought I'd take a ride, and soon was ready bright. Seated by my side, the horse was lean and lame, for just seemed his mind. We got to a drifted bank, and we got upside. Oh, jingle bells, jingle all the way. You're singing over me. Can y'all hear me okay? Can y'all hear the guitar okay? Okay, that's good. All right. All right, so last night I had this great idea. I was like, I'm gonna ask my boyfriend's family if they have any trivia. I feel like it's all staff right now, because they really like trivia. And so my boyfriend's dad had come up with this game of the first letters of the words of the first lines of songs. Now, we're not gonna do the real opener of this song. So these are the first letters or the first line of the chorus of this popular Christmas song. Can anyone guess which song it is?
Rudolph.
Yes.
Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer. Yeah.
Well done.
Yeah, that's fun. I like that.
Yeah, I have 43 of them I can send you. But I wasn't sure. I count red nose as 2 words. I don't think it's 1 word. So I'm glad you got it, because I wasn't sure if anyone was going to get that. All right. Hey, Jill. So I was hiding the song, so you wouldn't see it if I had the slides open first. All right. So here we go. I think I need a capo for this one. Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer had a very shiny nose, and if you ever saw him, you would say it blows. All of the other reindeer used to laugh and call him names. They never let Rudolph play any reindeer games. Then one foggy Christmas Eve, Santa came to say, Rudolph, with your nose so bright, won't you guide my sleigh tonight? Then all the reindeer loved him, and they shouted out with glee, Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer, he'll go down in history. I have one more trivia question for this one. And does anyone know the term for the way that the song makes it sound like there's a reindeer named Olive? Even though there's no reindeer named Olive, but there's a term for when something sounds like something else in this type of situation. No, oh yeah. So apparently it's called a mondegreen, which I didn't know about until I started doing this program, but that's the term for it. And this song, I believe, was actually written by a Jewish man, and I have all the history in here, in my binder somewhere, but I believe it was for a department store promotion way back when. And then there's like all sorts of, scuffling over the copyright for this. But yeah, so it really stuck, and we sing it every year. So, and has anyone heard the Jack Johnson version of Rudolph? It's so much fun. If you get a chance to listen to it later today, it's sort of like Rudolph doesn't just buy their sudden approval. But Rudolph, he didn't go for that. He said, I see through your silly games. How can you say this when yesterday you called me names? And then the other reindeer apologized. So it's a fun rendition. All right, we're gonna move on. I have another trivia question. Okay, so there's a debate here. The 12 days of Christmas, are they one-time gifts or are they cumulative? And if they are cumulative, how many birds end up being received by the true love, from the true love?
Shit.
Okay, so you've got to calculate the partridges, the turtle doves, the French hens, the calling birds, the geese a-laying, and the swans a-swimming. There's so many birds. I never thought about it like this until last night. And so I was like, we're gonna throw this in there. So all told, does anyone want to take a wild guess? Take a stab at it? Much higher. much higher. So every day, she received a partridge, 2 turtle doves, 3 French hens, 4 calling birds, 6 geese a-laying, 7 swans swimming. Over 12 days, she would wind up with 184 birds. So hopefully she has somewhere to put them. But it makes the song much more fun. And I tried to go through that song today, and I was like, we're going to all get parts, and we're going to do this song. And I tell you what, we're not going to do that song. And since everyone here is in library, I'm just going to say, yes, I have tried to do this song in story time. Missy, I need to see your face for this. And it always, without fail, is a disaster. What happens is the librarian winds up singing the whole song for like 10 minutes because the song never ends, and everyone's just lost and chimes in with the partridge. So we'll do this one. I'll try it with the adults next year if we do this in person next year. So 184 birds. Too many birds. All right. So we're going to sing Frosty the Snowman instead. My favorite version of this is actually the Apple. I don't know if anyone's heard that one, but I love that version. Okay. All right, so I tried to put the words there. Let me see. Yeah, there's slides here. Okay. Let's see how this goes. Let's go up with our capo. Thank you guys for coming. I know it's like, I wasn't sure how this was going to go on WebEx, the delay and everything. Okay. Frosty the Snowman was a jolly, happy soul with a corncob bright round button nose and 2 eyes made out of gold. Frosty the Snowman is a fairy tale, they say. He was made of snow, but the children know how he came to life one day. There must have been some magic in that old silk hat they found. For when he placed it on his head, he began to dance around. Oh, Frosty the Snowman was alive as he could be, and the children say he could laugh and play just the same as you and me. All right, next verse. Frosty the Snowman, the sun was hot that day. So he said, let's run and we'll have some fun now before I melt away. Down to the village with the broomstick in his hand, running here and there all around the square, saying, catch me if you can. We led them down the streets of town, right to the traffic cop. And he only paused a moment when he heard his father stop. For Frosty the Snowman had to hurry on his way, but he waved goodbye, saying, don't you cry, I'll be back again someday. All right. Thanks, guys. I don't know. It's okay if you're not actually singing. All right. Let me see where we are. Okay. We're gonna do Wish You Merry Christmas. And this one dates back to 1500s England, which is really stuck around for a long time, which is really nice. Sorry, let me adjust. And does anyone make any traditional English foods at Christmas at all? I don't, but I've had them and they're very good. But pudding is more like a cake.
Does tea count?
I think tea counts, yeah. Definitely tea counts. So we've got this one, and it loops back a couple times. So hopefully the slide is clear. I was trying to get everything on one slide. So we're just gonna go for it. All right. Jasper, do you want to come join us? He's just sitting on the couch. Yesterday, it started raining in the middle of story time, and so I was outside my work laptop. It was like a drizzle rain, like showering the produce like at the store, lightly kind of rain. So I had a tea towel on the keyboard, and then I had a tea towel like on the back, but like leaving the camera open. And so Jasper's just hanging out on the tea towels, which I have not put away. They're still sitting there. All right, here we go. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Good tidings we bring for you and your kin. Good tidings for Christmas and a Happy New Year. Now bring us some figgy pudding. Now bring us some figgy pudding. Now bring us some figgy pudding and a cup of good cheer. Tidings we bring for you and your kin. Good tidings for Christmas and a Happy New Year. We all know that Santa's coming. We all know that Santa's coming. We all know that Santa's coming, and soon we'll be here. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. All right. Yay! I like that one a lot. That's all. Okay, you know what? My voice has been off today, and so that is what I've got for songs today. I'm gonna stop sharing for a second and
Yes.
I'm gonna take a drink of tea.
All right, go and rest your voice, Jen. Thank you so much for coming and singing with us. We actually do have, well, I have because I'm a huge nerd. So, and I also really love music. So I have a short thing about the history of caroling because why we do things. And, the idea of, well, we just do this. No, I wanted to know, why do we do this? Why does it matter? Where did this come from? So I'm going to see if it will let me. And I promise it's brief. It's brief. Hoping that my computer will cooperate with me. Yes. Okay. So, caroling with Jen Krause. So, caroling actually is a really old tradition. It's older than the 13th century. It goes back to the Norse and the Anglo-Saxon culture that had existed in England and in parts of the European continent. So a lot of caroling, and we don't even think about it this way, was about social class, because at this point it was really rigidly social structured on who had money and who didn't. And so caroling was a way of wishing good cheer on your superiors and getting something hot to drink and hot to eat, or some good tidings of the season to you that they could use for getting something during that season. And it's become something really fun and about visiting friends and neighbors and being cheerful. And I think in a way it's sort of a predecessor to the choral concert. But we do actually still see the origins of caroling still carried on, because I don't know if you guys have been out and about in town, but there are people who will carol or who will sing at this time of year for tips to fundraise for charity, which is still a pretty frequent thing to do. So, like I said, this is something that Claire used to do. She used to make wassail, which actually comes from the Norse or the Anglo-Saxon word vashael, which means be well. We definitely need those good wishes this year. And it's a toast. Just like in Spanish, you have salud, which is to your health. In Norse Anglo-Saxon, we had vashael, and it became wassail, which became a spiced wine or a spiced cider beverage that we see here. That went on until Oliver Cromwell and the Puritans basically decided that a lot of Christmas traditions weren't in step with faith because they had pagan origins. But a lot of what we do now actually picked up in the Victorian era. So it became a thing again during the Victorian era, which is why oftentimes at festivals, villages, just people touring around, or in theatrical productions, we see carolers dressed in Victorian or Dickensian clothing because of the revival during that time period with A Christmas Carol. Okay, this is one of my favorite nerd traditions. So, O Tannenbaum. We know the song as O, right? In the English translation, it was originally German. And Christmas trees do have some pagan roots in their origins, and they were something that lasted in Germany for a very long time, to probably now. But they weren't actually native to England and the Americas. When Queen Victoria married Prince Albert of Saxe-Coburg und Gotha, who was what would have been at that time a prince in a Germanic region, he actually brought Christmas trees over with him and was decorating Christmas trees with his kids and his wife at Balmoral Castle, because he wanted to bring a part of his holiday tradition into their home. And it actually became a really big European fad to have a Christmas tree in your home. So a lot of the images of Christmas tree, think the Nutcracker, think A Christmas Carol, that kind of thing, come from this time period. Though there were a lot of people who were very scornful because it was a European fad at the time. Okay, so we talked about, and we wish you a Merry Christmas, the idea of bringing us some figgy pudding. One, Great British Bake Off. I don't know if anyone else is a fan, but sometimes you will see figgy puddings drenched in brandy and then lit on fire. That is somewhat traditional in certain places. And this is another Victorian tradition. So this goes back to giving something to eat to the people who are singing and wishing you well. And it's actually still eaten and still very traditional in parts of the United Kingdom. By the way, the pictures for figgy pudding and for Vossel both have links to recipes that include a bit more about the history if you're interested. I have yet to be lucky enough to eat a figgy pudding, but I have enjoyed getting to watch them on baking shows on TV. So hopefully this year, maybe we will get a bit more to do with that. And also, caroling, while it stopped off in England and parts of the United States because of Cromwell and that kind of thing, it actually really carried on for a very long time and is actually really huge in the Scandinavian countries, in particular parts of Norway and parts of Wales. If you ever want just a weird fact trivia thing, look up Welsh caroling. They have some interesting traditions that go with that, involving like a stag's head and a costume, in which one person will go around sort of bringing, I guess, the Welsh Christmas spirit in a way with them. That's pretty much all I've got on caroling. I appreciate Jen coming and providing her beautiful songs and her fantastic guitar playing to us, as well as an enormous amount of waterfowl.
I
heard.
I found the quote from the astronauts on board Gemini 6. Okay, so they're up there and or wait, sorry, it might have been, yeah, Gemini 6, and they said to Mission Control, we have an object. Looks like a satellite going from north to south, probably in polar orbit. Looks like he might be going to re-enter soon. You just might let me pick up that thing. I see a command module and 8 smaller modules in front. The pilot of the command module is wearing a red suit. At which point I think they figured it out. They had little bells and a harmonica, so yeah, they had bells. So yeah, but if you also get a chance, me, Victor, I usually have a picture of a card that was 1800, but I would be but there's really been images. There's really going around like this cards before people understood the medium and the form. They're just really awful. Yeah, I was also kind of like what everybody's plans are, like what they're making for Christmas, or what your traditions are normally or this year, or what's happening. Maybe not Christmas is not a thing. Maybe there's another holiday that's a big yearly thing. Just wondering. It's Victor's first Christmas, so that's a big deal.
Yeah, we're really excited for Victor's first Christmas, and so we'll start some new family traditions. We've got his stocking up. One of my husband Sean's mom's friends made him a Christmas stocking where she actually like embroidered it and all that. So we've got that up for him, and he's going to get lots of books for Christmas, of course, and so we're excited. So, of course, staying home this year. So hopefully in future years he can go and visit family. But for now, we can do like video calls, like this kind of thing. And so he's very used to these and likes them. So so it's nice. But yeah, baby's first Christmas. We got his baby's first Christmas.
Thank you so much for coming, you all. We really appreciate it. And again, thanks to Jen Krause for her wonderful playing and singing and her fun trivia. I had never thought about taking the entire first line of a song and making it into kind of a word scramble guess, your own DIY sort of thing. And I'm so glad that we got to carry on this life tradition this year, and hopefully we will in years future. And of years future, Lori's saying thank you, Jen. Loved all the songs and listening to you play. And speaking of the future, we will be having life programs in the spring semester, so do come and join us in January. Have a safe and happy new year, and stay safe and stay well. And that is it for this year, guys. Thank you so much.
Thanks, guys. It's good to see people and in person-ish, I guess. And I'm glad Jasper showed up for a few minutes. So
it's always fun when our pets join in the traditions.
Yeah, he's good. So I'll talk to y'all, I'm sure, on Slack and later.
Alrighty, bye guys. Thanks so
Bye.
much.